Did this debut film from an OG film critique on YouTube stick the landing, or was it a total miss? Let's talk about it. A woman's obsessive search for her missing sister leads her into a terrifying mystery at the hands of an unknown evil, an evil thought to be imaginary from their childhood. The imaginary demon from the childhood may have been real after all. Shelby Oaks was written and directed by an OG film critique on YouTube, Chris Stuckmann. Shelby Oaks has been a really divisive film. A quick glimpse at Rotten Tomato with the critic score and the audience score will tell you everything you need to know. I want to tell you the percentage in this because I want you to go in as blind as possible unless you already know. I personally think that this film is a good start for Chris. Of course, I do have my criticism and the plot does falter here and there. Nonetheless, this film has some great moments and some moments that will leave you thinking, what the hell, but not in a good way. Thing is, if you've been following the project since its inception back in 2021, then you and I have been on the hype train. At least I know I have been. That's the thing. All this hype around this film can shine a negative light if you got what you did not expect. This falls on me for expecting a superb film from an OG critique on YouTube. But then I thought, a film with hype or without hype in the end is still a film. And the film has one job in the end, to make sure that the time watching it is actually worth it. I will give you my verdict and my review by the end of the video, of course. I've been watching Chris's videos on YouTube since high school, along with Jeremy Johns. Those two were my to-go YouTubers for film critiques. And I was not a fan when I realized that Chris decided to stop doing negative reviews. And I really do hope people are not out there trying to hate on this film because of that reason alone. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have their actual critiques, but I hope this is not actually influencing everything overall. We should be able to separate who Chris is from the actual end product and judge the film on its own basis. I was expecting one of the best horror films this year by Chris. After all, he is a film critique and he should know all the tropes based on the films and reviews that he has seen and done before in the past. And I will say this, I can definitely understand why this movie is going through all the motions online. Watching a film critique becoming a YouTuber to an actual filmmaker is such an achievement to be proud of. Chris was able to crowdfund this project and it actually landed on a groundbreaking $1.4 million through Kickstarter. This is the most horror funded film in Kickstarter ever. This tells you and shows you how fans were truly excited to see Chris take on the filmmaker chair. This film was based upon a story between him and his wife, Samantha Elizabeth. It was primarily shot in Ohio, which is his hometown. One of the locations used was the Ohio State Reformatory, which is a real-life abandoned prison. And it was actually featured in The Shawshank Redemption. And they had about 20 days to shoot this film. I don't know if you know this, but Chris took inspiration from his personal life regarding the older sister or the sister bond in the film itself. Or more like the missing sister plot in the movie. Chris's actual sister was excommunicated and disfellowshipped by their church back when he was about 12 years old. Chris for a long time believed that his sister was spiritually dead. Due to this, Chris did not see his sister for over 10 years. Chris was a former Jehovah's Witness. But for now, I want to cover over everything that I liked and go over what worked for this film. I personally prefer the first half over the second half. To be exact, I prefer the film right up to where it actually ends. The plot takes a whole different direction based on what we've seen so far. I really enjoyed the found footage scenes, but that transition from found footage to the actual film itself was definitely a highlight and something that was really memorable. Chris does have some amazing director chops and that film alone proves it. This film looks beautiful, so props to you, my man, for your directing chops. There are a good amount of creepy scenes infused with the creepy score. And the scenes that spoke loudest to me are particular scenes where you would kind of expect something to appear in the frame, but in the end it doesn't. That added some suspense and kind of kept you on the edge of your seat here and there. There are a couple of fun scenes where there's a window and there's some cracks appearing. And you can tell that that really did its job because in my theater room, some people actually jumped. On that topic, there is a good amount of jump scares in here for you. One in particular got me. It was a 1-2 punch. A particular scene in the abandoned prison gave me chills and I loved it. I basically liked all the scenes in the abandoned prison. The main character Mia played by Camille Sullivan, did a great job here. She definitely clocked in for work. You can feel her pain and distress throughout the whole film. She was definitely another highlight in this movie. I also like how Chris connected the plot to a fictional YouTube channel, which in my eyes, it kind of made it home for him, and this made it go full circle. Seeing the particular YouTube format was a major throwback. There was a crew in this film making videos for YouTube under the name Paranormal Paranoids, and every scene with them in the found footage was another highlight for me. But for now, let me go over everything I did not like much about this film. This is a real slow burn type of film, like real slow burn. And this can be good if used effectively, but again, the plot did need some work here and there. Some plot points did not work well for me. One example is Mia made some bold choices here, like going to certain locations alone. My question is, if she came across and already saw these entities, why would you bother going to some locations like that alone and in the dark? Mia is either bold, or to some, she's just making some dumb decisions. Another plot point that did not work well for me was when Mia found a particular photo book, and this photo book provided all of the answers that she needed, all in one scene. And of course, she found it in the most convenient way ever. And then the ending. The ending just kinda happens. To recap what I said earlier, the ending took us to a whole different direction that I was not expecting based on what we've been given so far. This film does have a good amount of cliches, and we have seen some of the tropes used in other films, like for example the Blair Witch Project. I assume that Chris knew how to make a top-notch film after all of the years he has been doing reviews on YouTube. But don't get me wrong, he is still a good director. But for his next project, I highly recommend partnering with a good script writer or a good writer in general. This will help him get his ideas well straightened out. I believe it's fine to seek help, and seeking help for a script does not make you a bad filmmaker. So in conclusion, this is a good start for his directing career. Yeah, it has its flaws. Yes, it does feel like it drags here and there, but the amazing filmmaking is right there. Some scenes did stand out to me, but unfortunately, I don't think this film is going to move the needle in this genre. But fortunately, this is only the beginning for Chris, and I'm really excited to see what he will bring to the table. Again, I hope that in the future he actually works with a scriptwriter to make a better film, script-wise, because he knows how to direct some good scenes. I really want to say this. This film is not complete trash like how other people are trying to say that it is, because it's not. But all of this leads me to my rating for this film. Because of the fact that it has some flaws, but some good things, kind of like half and half, I need to be honest with everyone. For me, after thinking about it so much, it is a 3 out of 5 stars. This is the true cinematic experience in theater. I recommend going on a Tuesday when it's cheaper, or throughout the day when it's also half the price, or slightly cheaper as well. And I recommend going with your friends to see each other's reactions. Well, thank you for your time as Cinematic Family. Please hit the subscribe button, maybe the like button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on Shelby Oaks if you've seen it, or if you plan on seeing it anytime soon. I am Chewy, and this is Chewy Cinematic Talk. Take care, I'll see you next time.